Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome back to Raton. It's so much easier than I thought it was. I was getting so fired up about it. Is it Raton? Is it Raton? It's Raton. It's like Boca Raton. No big deal. So here's another look at our 378. Here's our 378, and check out these wheels on the back too. It's a little different. Normally you go with 2 per side, 2 per hub. Went with these. I've also some new content dropped in the workshop today. New textures for foliage, as some people say, trees and grass and whatnot. I got new mountains. I got new New Mexico mountains, and I got new road textures, and we're also running Sweet FX. So, yeah, man, let's see how many times we can get the game to crash, because there's a ton of stuff that I added. So, it's 12:30. I had to drive around. I had to sleep. I had to do some stuff. You know how it is. So let's find a job. Let's get out of here. And of course, it's raining. I might turn down my rain probability. Maybe. It rains a lot, man. It really does. So we want to head down to this area down here. So these are all no. Arizona, New Mexico. Wait a minute. Tucumcari. Okay. It looks like it's got some potential. 237 miles. It'd be fun, right? It's heavy. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And it doesn't expire. Let me check, because I always forget. 5 hours and 7 minutes, and we do need to drive back to Raton. I need to say Boca Raton without the Boca. Right. Here we go. And I don't know where I'm at with this, the changes that I made today. I'm not unhappy with them. I just don't know where I'm at. And I also, because we're no longer using, or at least for the moment, we're not using face tracking, I went ahead and put back in the automatic steering tracking where it turns your head a little bit as the wheel turns. And I'm going to get fuel here before we take off. Now, I have to say, my frame rate is taking a beating right now. We are not in a town, and we are at about we good? We're at about 40 FPS. Not where I'd like to be. And it's not nearly as good as we were doing. I changed a few things as per the cat that wrote the Sweet FX profile. Had a couple settings, how he recommended setting it up, which I did, but I did kind of jack my settings a little bit from where they were. It says we're supposed to leave this way. I guess we could leave that way. You know me, stickler for the details. Law and order all the way. That's us. Right. So we'll drive back to Raton. Pick up our scraper. Man, we haul a lot of scrapers. We really do. And I don't know. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about the world as we look around? Looks a little too crisp to me. And I know in real life things are pretty crisp. But I feel like in video games we need to make them a little fuzzier. Because sometimes, you end up in the uncanny valley. Right? Like sometimes you need a little blur. Just to kind of pretty it up. It might not be realistic, but it makes it look better. That old thing I always go back to. Sometimes it has to be wrong to look right. And we're going, on this trip, we're going 0 damage, 0 tickets. This is my vow. I don't know, man. These roads, I don't know. They're highly spoken of. They're recommended, but I don't know. I like the way they look out front. I don't like the way they look right there. Or maybe you're just not supposed to run the roads and SweetFX. You know what I'm saying? We'll mix and match. We'll play around with it over the next few episodes, and we'll see if we can find a sweet spot. And I feel like SCS definitely did something with the skybox. Whoa, I feel like they might have done something with the physics too. Hey, by the way, we are out of open beta. 1.31 is official now. And it was the weirdest thing, when I fired the game up today, it told me none of my DLC was present. And I was like, oh, au contraire. Look again, my DLC is totally present. And what I had to do was go into Task Manager, kill the Steam bootstrapper process, and then restart, uninstall all the DLC, start the game, then quit the game, quit Steam, open Steam again, reinstall the DLC. It didn't download anything. It was still, I guess, in the folder, but it's like it just didn't see it. It didn't recognize it. And, you know, you better recognize, nah, I don't think I like the way this looks. The combination of the roads and it doesn't help that we're at 20 FPS. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the roads. I think the roads look cartoony. And we are just absolutely hammered on FPS right now. See if it picks up when we get out of town. Living and learning, baby. You know how we do. Do we have the lights on? Oh, we didn't even have the lights on, and we're getting the. Oh. Yeah. Live and learn. We'll fix it. I mean, no. I feel like we need a little artistic license. We need a little latitude when it comes to the way the world looks. I feel like they did something with the physics too. I know this truck drives a little different than some others, but it's like there's no momentum anymore. Right. Drop down a gear. And let's pick up our scraper. I mean, I think that looks great. Can I move this? No, I can't get rid of this window. I think that looks fantastic. Nice chrome effect. Got my little spiky lug nuts. Nice chrome on the grill. I think that looks great. But then in game, it's a little, not quite so much. Right, 20 grand to take this scraper to Tucumcari. Never have I wanted to haul a scraper so much. Let's do an in-cab. Let's try to. I haven't spent a lot of time in this truck, but I'm feeling like it's really, like there's just zero momentum. Then that happened. Oh, you know what? That's that thing it does. Ha, okay. Guess we'll do it with the mirrors. That's that thing it does. I don't know if that's chrome or what, but when I look backwards in this truck, I get no FPSs. We're gonna go this way. Too far. enough. Too far. Not far enough. Story of my life. Not even close. I'll do it from outside because we're already... I feel like we're losing our momentum in this episode. It's all going to hell in a handbasket. Alright. Did we... I'm trying to think if we had problems hooking this truck up before. I'm wondering, because I hooked it up to the limestone tippers off camera. Nope, I'm just an idiot. Right. Hang on. Screenshot. Man, I gotta turn this rain down. In fact, before I forget, let's do it right now. Gameplay. Rain probability. It's fairly low. Let's make it fairly lower. It's too high. Oh, it's a good looking truck, I tell you what. And back in cab. And here we go. 237 miles. This won't take long. That sounded vaguely ominous the way I said that. Well, this won't take long. Feeling like I'm seeing some jitter, some bounce. Is that new? What's that all about? Huh. You know what? We soldier on. But that's all busted. Yep. All not good. Okay. You know, it's always something. I was so happy. I was so pleased to have this truck. But I don't know if it's a keeper now. What's going on back there? Is it dragging? What's the problem? Okay. Well, I ain't giving up. Oh, you know what? Let's try this. Put the axle up. Put the axle down. Now this guy's going to jam me up. So, when I first got this truck, when you're deadheading, if you put the lift axle up, it makes that sound, where it sounds like you're running over things. Oh, I'm going. I'm just going. I don't care. I ain't stopping. So what happens if we put it up? Not that we would ever make this trip with the lift axle up. No better. Okay. Oh, man, what a shame. I'm so disappointed because I really like this truck. Now, it did work. It worked okay for our last cargo. And there's been one more update to the 1.31. So those are two things that are different since the first time we drove this truck. One is the patch is slightly different. Two is we've got a different cargo on, different kind of trailer. So we'll try it one more time out of, where are we going? Tucumcari. We'll try it one more time out of Tucumcari with a regular trailer, and if it works, so potholes. If it works, then we know we just can't haul heavy cargo, even though it says we can. Oh, game. I was so happy because we got these new textures going, and we got the new post-processing going, and everything was so super cool, and everything was awesome, and now we got this. And man, I don't know about the frame rate either. I'm a little, like, we have not been north of about 35 FPS, and we're out in the woods. I also, FYI, BT dubs, I can barely control this truck. It's just shimmying all over the place. Oh. Okay, live and learn. I think next episode we may have some textures that you can see right now. I think those might be gone. And I also think we'll try this truck one more time with a regular cargo. And if we have the same kind of problems, then it's out. It's verboten, you know what I'm saying? Right. So what else is going on? Oh, there's been a calamity. A total catastrophe. You know, well, obviously I have a problem with mods. You know I do. I had not modded a Assetto Corsa other than a couple cars and a couple tracks, but then the whole F1 thing, you know my tale of woe. What are we? Oh man, we're not even making good time. In this miserable, bouncing, jittery truck that I can't control. We're not even making good time into Tucumcari, but I'm going. I'm stubborn. We're gonna soldier on. So I find out there's F1 mods for Assetto Corsa. I'm so happy. And then the whole thing with the Lowe's hairpin at Monaco. I guess the Assetto Corsa whatever engine, or the way that the cars are initially set up. I mean, you can change it in the code, but all those F1 cars, none of them can get around the Lowe's hairpin at Monaco. Now, to be fair, Monaco is not included with Assetto Corsa, so every Assetto Corsa Monaco track that you're on is by definition modded and not part of the official gameplay. But either way, you can't have an F1 season without Monaco. So I bite the bullet. I download F1 2017, and I'm like, fine. You know, I found these mods for Assetto Corsa, and I got a graphics mod running. I've got a sky and weather mod running. But these are my modded apps, and now I got F1 2017, and it's gorgeous and it's perfect, and I don't need to mess with it, and everything's totally a-okay. And then, of course, I find out that you can mod the crap out of F1 2017. There's even a 2018 package and season already for it. Although it doesn't have at least from what I can see, it doesn't have the halo on the cars. So it's just, all they did was like move drivers around, because a couple drivers changed teams for 2018. Between 2017 and 2018, they went to different teams. And the calendar is a little different, and that's the only thing that's different. So I don't think the cars themselves are different. I'm just waiting for this to be over. So I feel like it's like a doctor's office visit or something. Just get it over with. Do your thing. But I'm not giving up. Oh, come on. Not giving up. Just not. I can't now. Right. What else was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, yeah. So, F1 2017, you can mod the crap out of it. Of course you can. So now I got to go back to race department and start looking for F1 mods. It never stops. Never stops. But I kind of like it, I guess. I mean, to be fair, realistically, I could stop it right now. I could stop downloading mods, or I could just stop playing simulation games. Look at this road we're driving over right now. I don't know. Maybe I just did too much at once. Because I did new types of trees and bushes, new types of mountains, and new types of roads. And new post-processing. Maybe it was just too much all at once. But yeah, we are tanked on frame rate. It has normally we're at or near 60 once we get out of town, and we're not even close. We're barely breaking 30. So, yep. Okay. I will off camera. I'll experiment. I will start the game and drive around a little bit, selectively deactivating mods, and find out what's causing the problem. And I don't know. What do you think about this post-processing? I think it looks alright. Oh, you know what? No, I'll do it off camera. I was gonna break the I was gonna break the immersion a little bit and go to the escape menu and turn down some of the settings that we just turned up for, as per the recommendation of the mod maker that, well, I guess they're not a mod maker, but the person that put together the SweetFX and reshade, like their, I don't know, recommended settings. They had me like turn off FXAA, turn off MMA, not MMA. Oh, insomnia, not MMA, MAA. Turn up anisotropic filtering and turn the scaling up to 400%. So it could be anisotropic filtering that really, for me anyway, doesn't have a whole lot of effect on my frame rate. But the 400% may. And we also, I think the combined weight of those mods was about, there were 4 of them, it was probably 700, 800 meg of textures. So yeah, we've done, plus it's raining and we have lights on. So I'll go in and selectively mess with those. I'm really sorry about the shaky truck too. You deserve better than that. Or, maybe you don't. Maybe you really don't. I don't know, hard to say. So it's been raining. Has it been raining the entire episode? Yeah. I'm glad I remembered to turn that down when I remembered to turn that down. Because it does. I mean, it just doesn't rain this much in the desert. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows. So I'm going to wrap this up and pour myself a glass of wine and start dinner. It's evening here. Man, I was up till... I was up till about 6 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I just could not sleep last night. Really wanted to, just couldn't fall asleep. So I was up until 6 and I fell asleep, slept just a couple hours till like, I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock. And you'd think, I mean, I'm so tired right now, you'd think, well, you're tired, man, you'll fall asleep. You'd think that. Yeah, you'd think that. But that's not the way insomnia works. It's the craziest thing. exhausted, but you cannot sleep. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll try some Tylenol PM. I hate the idea of taking even something as light as Tylenol PM, which I'm sure a lot of people don't even think of it as a drug. But I don't like the idea of any type of assisted sleeping. Just another few minutes, we'll get this thing parked. Don't. No. Oh God. Yeah. I will. I'll do some testing off camera. I'll sort it out. And yeah, man. What else can we do? Can't give up on mods, but you can't. I mean, we're not even in a town right now. We're at 20 FPS. So, and I guess I could test this stuff off camera, but what fun is that? You know, let's do it together. I do love the random road incidents. I think that's super cool. And I guess those are coming to ETS too, and I'm super excited about that as well. I think that's a great feature of the game. I know SCS in the past and mod makers have put in like manual events, but they're always there. I love the idea of random road closures, and I'm hoping, I know in Britain, in the UK, SCS has a lot of like road construction. I know like in the Alps, I know, not the UK, Alps, like in the UK period, and in the Alps, there are places where it'll like, you're coming to a tunnel and it'll pinch down and shunt you across to the other side, and you'll go through, like it'll go from 2 lanes each direction, and you each have your own tube through the mountain, and then it'll pinch you over, and it's construction, so you're like one half of the tunnel is closed, and I think that's super cool when it does that. Right. And I don't know if it will ever do that randomly, or if things like that will always be kind of permanent. You know, things like road closures, but if that could be random, because that's definitely real life. You know, you never know when you're gonna get to a road closure or something. I guess we have a little bit more warning now because we can see it on GPS and we know ahead of time. But you know what I'm talking about. It's different every time. And I mean, I love that these, more so ETS2, because I feel like the map is so much bigger. It's got to be 5 times bigger. But I like that, you know, we're going to be down near Artesia. I think Artesia was like the first ATS episode that I did. And that was a couple months ago. So it's not like you see the same things over and over. You know, it's, if there is construction or if there's not, or if you want there to be or whatever, you know, you're not, I guess you can. I guess you can drive back and forth the same place on the map if you want to, but I think for the most part, you know, we spend different times in different places on the map. Did I say that right? You know what I mean. But I still like the idea that even if it's a place that you don't get to very often, when you get to it, like for the first time in a long time, you still have no idea what to expect. It could be anything. It could be different. and I think that's cool. As far as like construction or road incidents, I think that's a fantastic detail. You know, I'm looking at these roads right now, and I'm thinking maybe the roads would be okay without the Sweet FX. Because I know specifically in the notes for these textures, the mountain textures, the foliage textures, and the road textures, the mod maker makes a point of saying that all these photos were taken with no post-processing. Alright? See what I'm getting at? Okay. Yeah, I gotta do something because we're still at, we're in a town now and we're at 20 FPS. And that is no good. Oh, this is, oh God. Sorry, I feel so bad that I'm doing this to you. Make it stop. Alright, we'll be there in a minute. Well, on the plus side, we got to do the whole episode in daylight, which is always nice. I haven't even looked, but I'm also curious if we're damaging our trailer. No, we're not. Okay, because that would be funny if all the rumbling, bumbling back there was us just gradually beating the hell out of our trailer. I think we're okay. Right, we made it. Living and learning. That's what I tell myself. Literally, I tell myself that every day. Living and learning. It's the only way to be. This is nice. This is actually very realistic. It's amazing how many yards, industrial yards like this, are under overpasses and railroad bridges, and it's a very authentic look. Right. Let's see where we're going. Right in there. Well, doesn't give it to me. I'll just skip it. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's drop this off. I think we're going to get a promotion too. And we do. We level up. So let's test a couple things. First thing is, well, we'll level up first. I'm not worried about fuel. Let's go back and see if the truck is bouncing around now that we're unhooked. Less so, but check this out. So the bouncing has stopped. We didn't bounce with the limestone trailers either. So maybe it's just a heavy cargo thing. Okay. Okay, so we're fine, right? We're just No noise, no nothing. But we put the lift axle up. And all of a sudden we're getting that noise again. So I'll take a look and see if I can find some threads about, what to do about this truck. We don't drive with the lift axle up too often, so it's not the end of the world. All right. Folks, thanks for stopping to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. I will turn down the rain, I will fix the graphics, and I will get to the root of other, oh, beautiful with the train. Oh, man. Couldn't have asked for anything more. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.